Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode on Boundary Line Podcast. I tell you what, it's 1-0 loading. It is 1-0 loading. You heard it first here on the show, and I've got Sheldon alongside me. Sheldon, do you think it's 1-0 loading, or do you think it's too early to say that?
Dilla, I was actually just gonna say that. I was like, you took the words right out of my mouth. I'm like, yeah, it's over. I mean, probably by an innings as well. It's over for me as well. I mean, I just don't see any way back after that.
Just to give you a bit of a heads up, India, they're finishing day two on 321 for seven, and they're leading by 144 runs. Rohit with a masterclass innings there of 120. And of course, the champs, Jadeja and Axar unbeaten on 66 and 52, respectively, at the end of the day's play there. Sheldon, looking ahead, how do you think now this is going to go for Australia now? They've been out in the day, they're so long, they've tried their best, they've bowled in areas that were good, but how's it going to look for them now?
That's tough. I feel this one's gone. I think the only thing they can do is try to bat better in the second innings. But again, it'll be tougher. There's no way it's going to be easier than it was in the first innings to bat. I think that was the big opportunity. And as we saw today, India batted 100 overs, so it's no minefield, right? As everyone was claiming, you'd think it would have been over in 2 days with all the pitch talk. But yeah,
Yeah.
I think this game's gone. But maybe just to apply themselves a bit, someone get runs at least in the second innings to try to give them something to look forward to maybe going into the rest of the series.
Yeah, for sure. Because I think even India at one point didn't find it that easy to bat on. And I was like, okay, fine. Now, there was a whole discussion about this pitch that they said that India is going to find it easier to bat on. But I thought, India also, it wasn't easy for them to bat on this pitch. But it just showed that if you apply yourself just a little bit, like how Rohit did, and now with Akshar and Jadeja, if you just apply yourself a little bit, you can get those runs there on the board. So would you say that it's just like sloppy bowling also, a bit from Australia's side?
Yeah, I do feel that, but I also feel like how we said yesterday that when you get in on this pitch, you got to cash in, especially if you're like a senior batsman. We saw today with Rohit, like once you get in, it does get easier as on most pitches. So you got to cash in. I think that was the error. I wouldn't blame the Aussie bowlers too much. I think Boland and Murphy as well bowled pretty well. I was a bit disappointed with Cummins and Lyon though. On just in a general term, I thought they were not as good as they could have been. Especially Lyon because there was spin on offer throughout the day,
Yeah.
and the young kid showed it. Like if you bowl in the right areas, you can take wickets.
Yeah, we're going to come to that later on, but let's head it straight to Rohit Sharma then. What a beautiful innings he played, 120 there, back in the team. Not actually back in the team, but yes, back to this format, really to say. And didn't he show everyone how it's supposed to be done there on this kind of a surface?
Yeah, it was such a class knock. It was just a classical Rohit knock, and I think we became one of six people only to get 100 in each format as captain. As
Yeah,
well. He was the sixth or fifth person, and that's also tremendous. The first Indian cricketer to do that as well. And
amazing.
it was
Yeah,
just classical. And he always does it on these type of pitches where it's a bit tough. Like some of his
yeah,
great knocks have come. I remember in Chennai as well, where we mentioned earlier, one
yeah.
of his good knocks, and then in England, and
In England,
he
yeah.
just he just makes it look so easy as well. Like so many of his ODI knocks as well, and it's just a pleasure to watch when he's in that mood and looks so good. And 120 on that pitch as well it's like a
Exactly.
200. It was just really
Exactly,
good.
exactly. Because I think
Yeah.
everyone failed to see how important this knock is, right? Everyone, most of them say that yes, it's on home conditions and all that. He only
Yeah.
scores there, but given the fact that the pitch was not easy to bat on, and India lost a few wickets also. Virat Kohli first ball after lunch, he went out, but Rohit had to be there to ensure that India don't lose too many quick wickets, right? So
Yeah.
I think most of the people fail to understand that how important this knock was. And like you said rightly, that this 120 is equivalent to almost like a 190, something like that. So it'll be key to see, like, going ahead. It'll be nice to see actually going ahead how valuable these runs are going to be, because currently, like, they are leading by 144 runs. Anything like, another 80 odd runs, 60 odd runs more. And I think that's more than enough for them to like bundle out Australia, I would say. Heading into the next one, Sheldon, what I wanted to ask you was that about Todd Murphy. How do you think he's done today? Like, five on debut, not easy to come here in India, and do so well, but he showed everyone that, he's good. And the fact that Nathan Lyon has just taken one wicket for like 98 runs just shows how important this guy is going to be in this Border Gavaskar trophy.
Yeah, I think the only bright spot for them today as well, and so far in this test match, he
Yeah,
just bowled really well. And just to show how much he's improved as the game went on as well, he took the new ball, the second new
exactly.
ball.
Yeah, the
How
second
often do you see that? And he just kept improving. And he actually, I was telling you this earlier, he reminds me a bit of Graham Swan, his action and
Yeah, yeah,
just the way he bowls. And he just looked very similar. And he bowled really, his control as well for most parts was pretty good as
exactly.
well. And he got some big wickets as well to get Virat Kohli. It doesn't get bigger than that.
Yeah, man. I was so disappointed to see like Virat Kohli get out to him, but of course, I
Yeah.
mean, you can't say exactly that was like, a wicket taking ball or something like that he
Yeah.
bowled
Yeah.
over Kohli. So beauty, of course,
Yeah. Yeah.
way down the leg side, Kohli looking to flick it, gets the odd edge. Like, it
Yeah.
happens once out of like, the many times that he does. But
Yeah.
yeah, too bad. I was like, what the hell has just happened? Like, and you could see the excitement on his face, how much it meant
Yeah.
to him. So he
Yeah.
got Ashwin out as well, right?
Yeah.
With that beautiful ball there, he got that turn just a little bit, and brilliant bowling by the youngster. I thought he bowled really well. Moving on, Sheldon, is there anything that this guy can't do, Ravindra Jadeja? I mean, comes after injury, picks up 5 wickets on first day, second day gets a half century.
I think he should be the next prime minister. To be honest, I mean, I don't see it going wrong. He can do anything. Bowl, bat, field. It's just insane. And he's so underrated because he always scores when they need it as well.
Exactly.
I feel whenever he comes in a tough situation, and it's almost like they undervalue his runs because everyone's like, oh, he's a great bowler. He
Yeah.
can bowl in India. But how many times he comes in when it's a bit tricky because if India got blown away there before lead of 100, you never know what could have happened.
Yeah.
But he came in and he built a partnership with Rohit and even with Axar, and he just like is having the perfect test match. I mean, runs, wickets, he just can do it all.
Yeah, for sure. And also just to stress on the fact that again, I just said that because while I was watching the match, everybody, even DK on comms was saying that it's not easy to bat, even though the fact that the match is in India and India has the advantage, blah blah blah. And the fact that this guy coming back from injury, like just makes it look so easy, right? Just coming back after injury, scoring a half century, taking 5 wickets, and he feels so well also. So I was like,
Yeah.
this guy is absolutely brilliant. And like I said, it's going to be interesting to see how he goes on. If he can be like fit for the rest of the series, it will be nice to see how he does, and he'll be the key for India. So yeah, very happy with him. The way he's going. But looking ahead, Sheldon, what's expected tomorrow on day 3? How do you think this is going to pan out? India will be looking for a big lead, I'm guessing, just looking to bat once. Anything, I think another 80 odd runs should be a big, big, big lead, and more than enough on this pitch, I guess.
Yeah, I think it's going to end tomorrow. If I'm totally honest, I think tomorrow is going to be the last day. I'd be very surprised if it isn't. I think India, yeah, would look to get maybe 50, 60 more to get around 200 maybe. And then, yeah, I think it should be too much for Australia tomorrow.
Yeah, I
For
guess so.
Australia, though, I mean, they got to try like at least to get runs, build a partnership because
Yeah,
even if you can't win this game, you need confidence going to the next game. You can't have all your batsmen out of form going into another match. So
exactly.
someone's got to get runs.
Yeah,
Whether you're going to win or lose, you need to at least get
yeah.
some runs.
So Australia has had a brilliant run when they were at home, but now
Yeah,
is the ultimate test for them, and that's why I think they've rated this series so highly.
yeah.
But coming to an important topic, which I want to ask you is Matt Renshaw. There have been there's been some news floating around that he's kind of injured his knee or something like that.
Yeah, I think they didn't mention, but I think Travis said in the back took something and hit him, hit him after seeing that innings yesterday. I mean, what a poor guy. I was feeling for him today. At the
Yeah,
end of the day as well, they give him the ball to bowl when two guys are set. Like,
true,
come on, the
exactly.
guy's already low on confidence. He gets hit
Yeah,
for 7 runs and they take him out after that. I
yeah,
mean, it's not gone well for him, but again, he does have an opportunity in the second innings, and it was a big call playing him, but he still has a chance. He can still get some runs in the second innings, and
yeah.
hopefully, maybe for his sake, that he can get some runs and some confidence
He,
because now Australia also have a tricky thing because Are you going to drop him straight away, or because
Oh,
after one
no.
game, it's
Yeah, I think especially for Matt Renshaw, whatever he's going to do from now on, I think it's going to be very important. I think he just has to apply himself now and make sure he gets the runs at least just a bit, just so that it builds his confidence, like you said, right? So that's going to be very important. Australia have a huge task on their hand to save this test match right now, and like we said at the start, it's looks like it's going to be 1-0 loading right now. You can join us in back again tomorrow for the day's review. Until then, we'll see you later, guys.